Big finish. Hey everybody, welcome to Friday afternoon. I'm Christopher Dahl, and here we are in my studios here. Welcome to the Subterranean studios on a Friday. Thank you so much. We are here for Space Art on Friday. And hey, who do we got in here? We got Edie's here. Greetings, Edie. Hello, Edie from NYC. I hope you're having a great day over there. I heard you got as much snow there as we got through here. Keeps passing through. So fantastic. Well, welcome aboard. We're here back on our Friday afternoon jam session. So cancel your meetings. Let your managers know you're not going to be attending because you have more important matters to deal with, right? Fantastic. Yes, you do. Hey, welcome aboard. So anyway, hey, let's get things kicked off. I'm going to grab a couple of links here. I'm putting these at the beginning of the video in case somebody wants to actually see them. First off, if you are not on our Discord and want to get in on the action, let me grab that over there. Hey, Houdini Bob's here. How you doing, Houdini Bob? Greetings. There we go. Throw it in the old link to the Discord. You're welcome to join in. That's where I'm posting all the notices on this kind of stuff. So it's a good place to have in mind. I am on some social medias, but those are, I'm not doing quite as much of those anymore. Also, if you want the really cool inside scoop of all things Space Art by Christopher Dahl, and there's a lot going on, you are welcome to join in over on my Patreon. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, hit the button, Chris. Hit the button. Bam. There we go. There's the Patreon. So I have both free material on my Patreon, and if you are inclined to support this madness for a low price of $5 a month, you will also get inside information on the things that are going on here, which includes not only the space art that I'm working on here, more things that we do than on our Friday, but also Space Frog. Got some cool things coming up. Also, I am reintroducing my old webcomic, Breaking Fitz Law, which I did way back in 2014. There's new material coming up, and hey, it's Space Frog time. Hello, mediocre modeler. How you doing today? Greetings. Good to see everybody. Yeah, we're doing some Space Frog. Space Frog's gonna be Space Frog's taking off. I'm creating Space Frog the cartoon. That would be the short version of it. And if you're on Patreon, you've been seeing some of the stuff on that. It's coming along very well. It's something I've been dying to do for a very long time. And the time is now. I'm not getting any younger. No, it's very exciting. The reason I'm bringing back the web comic though is that there's kind of a crossover bit to it. I never wanted to walk away from the web comic. I just life happened. So anyway, hey, how you doing? I saw you there, Edie. Thank you so much. Greetings. Hello. Welcome back. So here's what we're doing. Thank you, El, for joining. Oh, yeah, our drink this week is coffee, the finest of coffee in my United Nuclear mug. Thank you very much. Hey, how you doing? Wes is here with the crew. I assume that you might be a paired unit, Wes and Krista. So if you're both there, hello, greetings. Yeah, we're having a good week. I'm on my mediocre Wes will probably appreciate this. Instead of looking at social media and the news, I'm deciding to turn my attention towards the gigantic model kit collection I have here. So I'm turning around and building spaceships and strangely enough going through them. But hey, let's take a look at what we did last week. All right, so for those of you here last week, we cranked out this little critter. This is the Enterprise D being held by what I think Rhonda called it perfectly. It was intended to look like the great god Apollo, but it ends up looking like the Grinch. But I actually kind of dig this one. So yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna get this one prepped. It's kind of sat for a while. That'll go into all of these paintings will eventually be on my store. I have to do a little work on the store this week, a little updating on the old storefront. But yeah, exciting new things. Also working on a new batch of printed material, all that other good stuff. It'll be coming up soon. Anyhow, you guys don't want to do this. Now you're talking. Build those kits. You know, it's funny when you're a model builder, like some of us are. You have this. You'll collect the model with the intention of building it into this, wonderful, award-winning Wonderfest production kit with lights and blinkies and all that. I find that just sort of, I don't know, that I like doing that on a few kits, but sometimes you just gotta pull them out and build them and just to paint them and put them on the wall, which is great. Model building beats the chaos in real life, exactly. Yeah, so in fact, I posted in the Katina section. The last one I pulled out was the older edition of the Deep Space Nine kit. It's upstairs right now. I should bring it down, but that model came out in the '90s, so it's not one of the cool new versions that's been shot and clear so you can light it. But it does build up where it actually builds up so much better than I expected. It was a lot of fun. Anyhow, all right. So here's what we're doing here. We are going to kick it off with our Space Frog themed bit here. And for those of you that haven't seen this, so here's what we're doing. We're doing a Space Frog themed painting, and each week we draw one of these little cards out of here, and that becomes the theme of the painting. Well, Space Frog's a theme, but there's a subject to it, and what we're doing with them is I've got this canvas. Here we go. This is the Space Frog canvas here. We've done 5 already. We've got I think this one's Battle with the Fifth Element, which might be one of my favorites. I'm not sure. Spaghetti. This one actually is Nebula, although it might be hard to see. And then Cats. So yeah, there we go. We're gonna do the thing. Now let me do a little aiming of the camera here because it's really not playing nice. There we go. Come on. There we go. Let's do that. There we are. Yeah, the aiming of the camera is always going to be a fun. I'll just do that for now and hope it doesn't fall. It's not really held up there that well. I swear. Anyway, yeah, there we go. You're back. Very cool. You have one of those DS9 kits? Yeah, honestly, Wes, I was expecting it to be like a complete disaster, right? But you know what? It's a lot of fun to build, actually. What's going on here? Why is this not being? There we go. This thing's just my camera rig is being a pain. But yeah, there we go. All right, that's much better. Yeah, we could do this. Yeah, I should bring it down. Maybe if I get a break, I'll bring it down. We'll see. Gosh darn it! I need a better ceiling rig for this camera, the overhead. But hey, we're working with the cheap stuff here today, folks. That's what we're working with what we got. It actually moved, kind of bugged. All right. Well, dang. Well, I'm not gonna touch it from here. I'm not gonna touch the camera from here on out. Oh, the pylon sag. You know what? Honestly, mine doesn't really have pylons sag. Honestly, there's a bit in the Deep Space Nine design that like the middle ring is actually there's 2 rings. The middle ring is actually tall. So if you looked at it straight on, the middle ring's taller, and the arms arc. I saw the original shooting miniature in Seattle. It does that. So I think some people are expecting Deep Space Nine to be a flat, inner ring, habitat ring, and then the outer docking ring. But it's not. They're on different levels. Mediocre says I built DS9 and one's still in the bag. I use it as scratch build. Oh yeah. Oh, it's funny. More people have commented that they've used their Deep Space Nine model to scratch build than actually build Deep Space Nine. Hoodie says, new one. Starfleet Academy is, in my opinion, really bad. Watch the first episode for free on YouTube. Hey, so Starfleet Academy, new Star Trek show. Let me tell you this, Houdini Bob. I've watched all of them. The first episode is the weakest of the bunch. I swear, I'm not lying to you. They've done a good job of it. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm not a Star Trek apologist, right? It's not a Star Trek era that I'm fond of. I don't particularly care that it's young people in Starfleet Academy. Some of the characters are really cool. I don't kind of like what they've done with the future history of Star Trek, but that's different. That's me entirely. And yeah, the first hour or so of the premiere, I just thought I'm looking at the same thing they would have done in a bunch of other stuff. But as the episodes roll on, they have surprised me, and I've enjoyed them. So there we go. What gets me about it is it doesn't matter the Star Trek show. The people behind the show that are putting it together, the writers all the way down, the people that are actually working on the designs, the sets, costuming, the actors, acting talent, just everybody that's on that show really loves Star Trek. So it's yeah, maybe they got handed something they weren't too thrilled with, but I think they've done a really good job with it. I don't know, just kind of where I'm at. I went into it with an open mind, and my honest review is I think the first episode is the weakest of the bunch. So yeah, that's really fun. Anyway, you know what? And I'm not going to bag on anybody if you're like, yeah, not your thing. That's cool too. You know, I figure. Let's see, we're approaching 60 years of Star Trek. It's the 60th anniversary of Star Trek this summer. Uh, there's plenty out there. In fact, that's what the reason why I pulled out the Deep Space Nine model is I will put the old shows on in the background when I'm just doing whatever. You know, it's just some people put music on. I do that. Sometimes I put podcasts on. I will sometimes just pick a show and be like, nope, that's the background wallpaper, right? Deep Space Nine, Star Trek: The Next Generation, Voyager. You know, it's fine background wallpaper, which is a terrible way to treat a show like that. But no, you know, it's fun. It's a thing. And because I was watching it, I had to grab the Deep Space Nine. I've got a runabout model next, and boy, in a couple of weeks here, I'm going to be done with Deep Space Nine, and I'm moving on to Space 1999 again. So I'm sure you're going to be seeing my old Space 1999 models come out. Anyhow, let's hope everyone's having a fantastic time. I'm having a good time, so we'll just see how this goes. Anyway, let's go ahead and do our drawing, shall we? Let's pull one out here. These are our previous ones. I should probably keep them someplace else, but I do want to. Let's make sure we're not missing any. Okay, see, we got cats, spaghetti, Fifth Element, and Nebula. There we go. I wish they'd come up with something new. Everything is either Star Trek or Star Wars. It's repetitive and uncreative. The Eagles docked at Deep Space Nine. Exactly. Edie, there's plenty of new stuff that's coming out. You get a big juggernaut like Star Trek and Star Wars, you're always going to have more of them. So yeah, pouring rain there. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Here, I'm just going to move my table. I could do that. There we go. Woohoo. Mediocre says I'm working on a Space 1999 Eagle variant. Got sucked into the first 2 episodes. Oh, that's so great. That was one of my favorites. I mean, I again, background wallpaper. I love it, and the ships are so cool. I love Space 1999. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna draw this one. Let's I need a drum roll effect here. Let's see what we're dealing with this week here in the Space Frog bit. Alrighty, here we go. My camera keeps moving. Oh, you want to buy that Oberth kit? Oh yeah, it's a good model, Wes. I did actually buy the Oberth. I managed to scrounge some money up just after the move, and I picked that one up. It's a nice model, honestly. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Oh boy. Inglourious Bastards, the movie. Oh my gosh, this one. Oh, Stephanie. So just credit goes to Stephanie Doll, who came up with this whole thing. And she's unfortunate at work, so she's not going to be able to watch this until, she gets back home anyway. Let's see. Ciao, Domenico. Greetings. How you doing? Awesome. Greetings from Palermo. I missed your hello. Greetings and welcome back to our Friday afternoon painting session. That's awesome. You would like to see a reboot of Space Above and Beyond? Yeah, actually, that would deserve a little more time. I remember that one. But when I really want to get a fix on something like Space Above and Beyond, I throw on Galactica. Oh boy, that's just too crazy. Come here, you stupid camera. Oh my gosh, yeah. All right, I gotta work this. I gotta work the system here. No, it's not gonna do that. All right, we're gonna be at an angle. We're gonna be on Batman angles today, everybody. All right, Inglourious Bastards. So this Inglourious Bastards is a movie. Quentin Tarantino with Brad Pitt and Chris. He plays Oh, my brain is just escaping me. This is the dangers of me being old. I love this movie. And in fact, I there was like a period this last in 2025 where I think I watched this movie 4 times a week. It was great. Oh, Wes says you bought the complete Space Above and Beyond last year. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I gotta add to my DVD sets. I do have the Blu-ray of Inglorious Bastards, and there's so many. Okay, so there's so many good scenes in Inglorious Bastards, and Space Frog in Inglorious Bastards in particular. Oh, I just is he the bear space frog? Oh, now I gotta craft a scene like this. Oh, this is so freaking hilarious. I love this so much. All right, hang tight, folks. Let me just see if I can't do this. All right, I'm just gonna stand here and be like, "Get over here, the damn thing." There we go. All right, that. Let's try that. That's better. Okay. Uh, the remake, was it a remake? Edie? Wait. Was there an original? Oh, wasn't aware that Houdini Bob says wasn't aware that Space Above and Beyond was out on DVD. Oh yeah, you got to check that one out. Mediocre says, have I seen the Factory Entertainment release of figures? They released a 3 Cylon set today. I've been watching that set, Mediocre. It makes me crazy. I don't have cash for any of this kind of stuff, and it bugs me. I missed the wand tricorder, which I know has got a special order again, but there's no way I can grab that thing. Oh my gosh. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Yeah, so I didn't realize Inglorious Bastards was like a remake. I thought that it was. I know there's. I'll have to check on the history of that. It's certainly unique, but it is one of my favorite movies. Okay, so for the benefit of my stupid camera above me right here, I'm gonna put this one. Yeah, this is gonna be about the best I can really hope for, right? Is that gonna be? Is that just gonna? Is it? Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. I there's so many scenes from this movie that I absolutely love. Um, I keep coming back to Space Frog with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, the tricorder's up again for a second run. I know it's gonna make me sad, mediocre. I just drives me crazy. I can't touch it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. I might pull the trigger. Who knows? Anyhow, there's the shot where see, I'm just blanking because I had so many other things on my brain right now. I'm basically evacuating the brain and pulling in all the scenes from Inglorious Back. Shoshana, thank you, Shoshana. Abava Shoshana. When she's at the movie theater, or not the movie, she's in the coffee shop reading the book, and it's just such a classic bit. I don't know. I dig that one. I dig the bear. Oh, there's just so many. Oh, okay. All right. Let me think through here. I think what I'm gonna need is well, she's in the coffee shop reading a book. I don't remember the book off the top. See, I'm not gonna look this up. I'm gonna do this off the cuff here, right? So, but yeah. Oh man, what am I gonna? All right, let me think about this. Inglorious. So there's so many really great scenes from this movie. Well, this kind of puts 2 movies next to each other, right? I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be more movies involved. You're low on cash too, but absolutely have to give up a meal to buy any of the Terran Trade Authority or Galactic Encounters books. Yeah, I've made that trade before. Oh, um, all right. You know what? It's the first scene that came to my mind. It's the one I'm doing. So, let's see. I need to establish an angle here. Uh, this this is the eye line, and then he does the wait. So baseball bat over the shoulder. Okay, yeah. Baseball bat. Space frog head, and then there was like a yeah, there was like a tunnel. They were kind of like at the edge of a yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's like this tunnel, and then trees and wreckage. There we go. This is where they the character was played by Tim Roth. And I'm not gonna say the character's name out loud because yeah, that's just mean. I'll leave it for the movie. All right, I'm gonna leave it for the movie. It's gonna be a small space frog, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just cracking up at the facial expression, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we are gonna. Yeah, we're totally going for this. All right. I think I have enough to go by here. All right. Stephanie, you are insane. Actually, this has to be the back leg, right? This has to be the back leg, and then this has to be the one coming forward. There we go. Yeah. All right. I just munched it up, but I the correction was important. Oh yeah. All right. Let me get out some paints here, folks. I think I'm ready for the paint phase. As usual, we are using. Let me find out right here. I am using this golden high flow acrylics, and I'm gonna grab a little tray over here. And oh, I got some dried paint from last week. I'm just letting it build up because then it all peels off like a scab. There we go. Alrighty. I'm gonna tackle this one a little different. They all kind of end up with a little different feel to them. No stars on this one this week. I'm very sorry to say, but that's okay. So the story is when Tim Roth was shooting this scene, they it was an outdoor shoot, right? All the Star Treks are on Pluto TV. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they are. I own a number of them. So when they were shooting this particular scene, Eli Roth, or not? Yeah, Eli Roth. Eli Roth. Was it one of the Roths? Anyway, whoever it was, the Roth in general. So he's out swinging this baseball bat off camera, right? Like they're just waiting for him to come in and say his lines, and he's getting all like, he's getting himself all wound up and everything. But Quentin Tarantino kept pushing his what do you call it? He kept pushing his scene to the end of the day, and at the end of every day, he's like, "I'm sorry, we'll get to it tomorrow." So he spends like 6 or 8 hours each day warming up with a baseball bat, getting all like amped up, and Quentin does this for like 4 days. It's like the 5th day is when he finally gets to set him loose, and when he does, he just comes out screaming the lines like a madman. And I think that's the print that they kept. I'm pretty sure that's the print they went with, which is awesome in so many ways. All right. So I'm kind of going to do this. There we go. I'm going to grab some water here. This is a water-based paint. So we're going to just do this. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm just going to get in the background a little bit. And I'm going to get some color in here. This was a very... What do you call it? Dun, dun, dun. So I got some raw sienna. This is actually a really good color to use when you're doing any kind of a like if you're doing that background trick I've been doing on my paintings where you just kind of put in a color. This is a good one for that. And I'm gonna use it just to get some in here. If we might I depending on how long the last one of these took a while. I might only do the space frog painting today, everybody. So we're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun with it, whether you like it or not. Yeah, good times. It kind of floats on this canvas. There's one thing about this stuff I should have picked a different paint, I think, like for this. But all of them have been done with the same stuff, so I'm committed to it. I'm absolutely committed. I am committed to being committed. There we go. All right, let's get this around Space Frog's body. I'm doing this instead of, say, outlining Space Frog. I'm outlining Space Frog with the background colors. So there's a baseball bat and a Space Frog fist right there. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Gotta go around his head. Gotta go around his eye. Gotta go around there. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, Space Frog the cartoon. I've been like probably many of us in my age group, we grew up with the Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, all of those lovely, awesome cartoons. The cartoons that taught us life, right? So yeah. I've had a desire to turn Space Frog into an animated bit and go ahead and just use that as my my channel to the vast storage of cartoon bits that I've accumulated over the years watching them on TV Saturday mornings after school, that sort of thing. Yay! Good times. All right, so I'm grabbing a little darker paint because he's actually in front of like this tunnel, right? So I'm gonna get the tunnel in there. Ba 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 da 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 da. And for those of you that are so interested, I am using Blender to do this. Wes, I got to tell you, the Blender folks are working very hard to catch up on things. Their 2D stuff is a blast. It's they've finally kind of torqued it up a little bit. Oh yeah, Saturday morning cartoons, absolutely the best. I was always drawn to the spacier ones, of course. So and that's that. As you can imagine, that was my mostly I was there for all the space ones. But I don't know, Tom and Jerry, the older Tom and Jerry, the newer ones where they didn't get violent was always annoying to me, right? So you need the older ones where they were actually doing damage to each other. Where like if you or your friends actually tried to act out the cartoon, it would have been a disaster. So yeah, those are the ones. Yes. But I'm also trying to figure out, do I keep it, PG-13, or do I just really go heavy metal with it, right? Because that's always a possibility, is to just absolutely go, R-rated, which would be weird. But I might do it. I'm not opposed to doing that. All right, I'm gonna grab a little lighter color here. I've got myself a neutral gray, which is going to come in really handy. All right. Setting the scene here. Now, how many of you are familiar with Inglourious Basterds, like note for note? Anyone? My absolute single favorite line from Inglourious Basterds. Buongiorno. That's it. All right, let me get some rocks in here. This is like the foreground, front of his feet, right? I mixed a little bit of neutral gray with my raw sienna. Oh, it's a terribly violent movie, Houdini, Bob. It's a terribly violent movie, and I don't know. It really works for me. There's just something outrageously broken about it end to end. It's not a true story, okay? So it unlike a movie like, say, Downfall, which reasonably accurately portrays the last few days of Adolf Hitler in the bunker in Berlin as Russia was showing up on their doorstep, which, by the way, is also an excellent movie, and I highly recommend it. Ha ha ha. It's really good. So you can almost have, this is like the perfect movie night for me, right? Is you start off with let me see, what's the start off one? Okay, you start off with, I think, Inglourious Basterds, and then you do the movie Downfall, and then you finish off with Alex Garland's movie from 2024, Civil War. which honestly is another underrated movie that in my book gets a lot needs a second viewing to say the least, right? All right, I'm just gonna it's ground here, a little ground action going on. There we go. I'm just adding some detail in here, just kind of make it look like it's walking on the ground, and ground goes all the way back into the cave mouth there. There we go. All righty, there we go. Now, let's get the baseball bat in there. I'm going to start with my neutral gray. I'm going to, again, just go for the same touch of my raw sienna here to get it kind of grays out. Yeah, that's a good color. I'm going to see if I can get this in here. The baseball bat. Excuse me. Well, your homework assignment, everyone, is to go track down Inglourious Bastards. See, now I'm going to forget. It's on the tip of my tongue. The main baddie, right? He's just oh god, I don't know. It's driving me. It's going to drive me crazy is what it's going to do. All right, I need a little bit of my blues. Little blues for the night. We're going to get a little sky going on here. Oh, Hans Landa. That was his name. Hans Landa. Yes. R.I.T. Oh, he's truly wickedly evil. Oh my God. It absolutely pulls it off. Oh, it's so deliciously evil. Easily one of my favorite bad guys in a very long time. All right, we're gonna add this because it's kind of like my idea of sky, right? So there's a little sky up there, and we'll just kind of. It's sort of like a weird hillside, right? There we go. I think we're gonna give. I think we're gonna give Space Frog's gonna have himself a T-shirt this time. So he's gonna have like a white T-shirt. And I might give him pants. I think I'm going to give him pants. Yeah, it says, this is World War II, right? This is World War II era. Au revoir, Shoshana. Well, now I'm going to have to watch this movie tonight. That's it. All right, let me see how many we got. There we go. All right, he's coming together. Can I get this closer? I bet I could. Nope, I can't really. All right, let me make sure I'm getting the proper focus. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Right there. Okay, there we go. Oh, better focus. There we go. So yes, all of your homework assignments this week are to watch a show. I keep sending everyone movie homework assignments. All right, here we go. I come back to the pants here. Gonna give them like some blue jeans. All right. Yeah. Might be too dark. That might be too dark. I might have to lighten this one up. But that's okay. Well, we can come back and do that. I just want to fill in colors right now anyway. And I'm going to leave his foot. Because I have to make his foot green. It's got to be like he's walking barefoot out of here, right? Okay, so there were also in this scene, he had some pals above him. So the rest of the bastards were like standing up here with their rifles. So I'm going to put this up here. There we go. And put a couple up on the top there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm going to use the same color just because I like to do that with these things and put in some indication that this is like brick. Oh, I can even do the shadow side of the bat. Yeah, we're going to do that. There we go. This is as if this is like a brick structure. We'll have some inside there. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. And some trees. There we go. Yeah, there we are. Oh, this is just hilarious. I keep saying that, but I'm cracking up. I'm loving it, and I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with this detailing of the bricks here, because we need some evidence of this being, kind of like he's walking out in the daylight, right? There we go, and there we are. It's like that. Have some hint of brick structure on the inside here. There we go. Yeah. And a little bit of light on the ground. Like because there's bricks on the ground here. It's kind of wreckage. Yeah, it's jungle, Germany, World War II, late in the war, by the way. Yeah, this all takes place late in the war. Oh, this is great. Stephanie, you have outdone yourself. There we go. Okay. All right. I think I got this here. Now I got to get my space frog green, right? There we go. Little da 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 da. I'm gonna start them off with a little Titan. Oh, I don't think I want that one. What am I gonna use? Chromium oxide green is what I'm gonna use. I had a spill in my container, so I've got a pile of this stuff. All right. Yeah, I really like these paints a lot because they airbrush very well. I am now using these almost exclusively for my models. Just FYI, I I've done a couple of kits with these paints because first off they brush on and they airbrush on beautifully. The pigment load in these paints is incredible because they are actually professional grade paints, right? I'm gonna get some green here. They're professional grade paints, so the pigment load's high, about what you'd expect from model kits, model paints. So it does spray on very, very thin. I give this my thumbs up as a viable paint option for people who are looking to supply themselves with good quantities of model paint instead of buying tiny tubes of this stuff. Of course, you got to mix your colors, which can be, oh my God, there's cat hair on here. How did that happen? Jeez, it's on wet paint too. Weird. You do have to learn how to mix your own paint, but that's, you know, and not as hard as it sounds. All right, let me get his arm in here. There we go. And we're going to get his other arm in there. Bump, 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 bump. It's like he's holding it over his shoulders. Da, 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 da. There's a baseball scene in the movie. I won't tell you what it is because that would be giving it away, and I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm giggling at my damn frog. I am giggling at my frog. I know this is a small, tiny painting. It is, but at the same time, it's cracking me up. All right, let me get a little darker paint here. Now that I got his indication of his hand in there, I've got to really beef up the. There we go. Got that. Okay, and let's see here. I think now that I've got a little dry, I want to add some lighter color to the pants. Just so we can see that it's pants. Yeah, instead of just a blue splotch against a dark brown splotch. That's just not good. Yeah, there we go. Pants, pants, pants. Yes. And let me grab my same green here and a little touch of my blue. That'll darken it up some. There we go. There we are. I can probably darken it up with a little bit of this too. There we go. Yeah. Bum, ba-da, boom, 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 boom. A little bit on the bottom of the feet there. There we go. All right. The colors are kind of washing and muddying up, so I'm going to try to tighten them up once they sort of dry a little bit. But I need myself a little orange. Got some orange right here. And I need myself a little bit of yeller. Well, benzimidazoline. 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 Say that 3 times fast. Benzimidazoline yellow. There you go. That down. Last week I did this and I opened the damn thing up and that yellow sprayed everywhere. Having a little bit of this orange too. Boom. There we go. All right. Space Frog has a little yellow under his. There we go. There, a little yellow under there. See, Space Frog's kind of like looking directly at us, right? There we go. And then this goes to the eyes. Oh, too much. No. Okay. Put that over there too. Let's get some of this over there. Nuts. I screwed it up. All screwed it up. That's okay. We've got more paint. I need to paint these larger. These are like 3-inch by 3-inch panels. They're tiny. And for this scene, I feel like maybe I should have gone I should have gone for a close-up, right? Nah, we're fine. All right. I'm going to grab the black here. I'm cheating a little bit with black just to, this is going to help hopefully punch his character out against the backdrop a little bit. But I think it needs it. A lot. So, yeah, there we go. Because he did actually, this character that I'm depicting did actually walk out of this tunnel. And yeah, there we go. Bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da. Whoop. It's all a matter of pushing and pulling the contrast so your character can really shine, right? There we go. Hey, Raoul Duke, how you doing today? Greetings, fellow humans. Or fellow travelers. How you doing today? We are on our Space Frog painting, and this week, hey, Raoul Duke, maybe I'll see if you can guess the name of the scene that I'm painting here. It's our Space Frog Special Edition, right? How you doing? The Space Frog Special Edition. Right. All right. Nice muddy gray here. This is the same thing. We do our drawing every week. There we go. Get a little bit of shadow there in the old t-shirt. I gave him a wife beater t-shirt. No, I didn't give him a wife beater. I just gave him a regular t-shirt. There we go. All right. And like I said, Stephanie doesn't get to see these till she gets home, right? Hey. Bum, bum, bum. You may have spoiled it all. That's all right. No worries. We got it. We got you covered, man. Oh, Wes may have spoiled it. Okay, yeah. That's all right. We good. We're not doing high drama here for these. So excellent. Wes, no. Bum 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 bum. I wanted his mouth to be his chin to be a little darker than that yellow. There we go. Yeah. All right. So where did it go? Yeah, here we go. Just a FYI. Here's what we drew this week. The movie Inglourious Bastards. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm trying to show Space Frog here with his Space Frog bat. There's a Louisville Slugger right Right there. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Louisville Slugger. Yep. But it's kind of like behind his head, right? Well, we're trying. We're working it here, people. We're working it. Trying to get it to dry. Trying to get it to dry. There we go. Hey, everybody. So what I dig about this is we're not. I don't think we're quite to the halfway point yet. Let's just. So here we go. So this is our 6th. Yeah, we're nowhere near. Yeah, we're basically a third of the way through on this one, right? Wait, no, not a third. What are we on? We got 20 of them. Yeah, whatever. So there we go. I think I'll turn this into a tea cloth, tea towel or something on Printful. But I did do my movie ones. I did my movie ones side by side though, so I guess maybe I shouldn't have jumped on that so quickly. Hey, awesome! But yeah, here we are on a Friday afternoon, hanging out here at the Space Art by Christopher Dahl Studios. Thank y'all for joining on Friday. So programming note, I am doing Patreon only live streams. We're doing them on Sundays. I don't know if I'm gonna have an update this week, but we're in progress on a few things. So I might just do it as a hangout if I'm not showing anything, any progress on the secret projects. Yes, just let you know. So sorry if someone mentioned this already, but I'm hearing some crackling on the mic every now and then. Oh, are you still hearing? No, let me know. Brent and I were still trying to track down some issues. Let me see here. All right. I turned my volume thing up. I'll keep listening. I have to turn this off. Oh, I heard that too. Oh, wow. Yikes. Where did that come from? I heard that scratch. Oh, what the heck? Yeah. Anything at all? Wow. Yeah, what'd you do, Raul Duke? What the heck? Oh my god. Um, actually I smell something burning. I, bad USB drive. That's so funny. Okay. Yeah. All right. Gone to the audio rabbit hole. Okay. Oh, that's so funny. No, static is bad, and I'm working on it. But I'm gonna turn off my monitor because I can't stand listening to myself at a half-second delay. It makes me crazy. Okay. Please donate to the Space Art News Studio mics. Yeah, exactly. I'm back. Well, the microphone is great. It's the I'm forced to run off of a laptop, which means I've got to run, USB drives or USB extension ports, right? And I think that when you run 3 cameras and a microphone through them, or 2 cameras and a microphone set up through them, yeah, it's it shows up badly. Anyhow, thank you for calling that out. No, never feel bad about it. It's pretty janky down here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need some new equipment. Volume sounds good. Great, thank you. Awesome. I'm definitely gonna need some new equipment, right? And I have no idea when that's gonna happen. So yay, yay for me! This is the joys of being an artist. All right, let's continue. Yes, if you do hear it again, please let me know. I do have an audio interface, Wes. Yeah, I've got a Scarlett Focusrite 220 or something like that. Yeah. So I basically the microphone plugs into a Focusrite, which goes by USB to the whole setup. Yep, I have 2 powered USB hubs, and they're powered a lot. Let's put it this way: low power is not any longer an issue, but they're both about a year and a half old, and yeah, you built a desktop for your setup. I need to build another desktop, honestly. But you wish you knew more about Pro Audio, but you're a drummer. The only thing I'm good at is counting to 4. Perfect. I'm learning, but I I put a lot of mileage on my USB ports, so I think that's one of the reasons why I'm having such a hard time. I mean, everything's plugged in. I've got a Stream Deck. I've got the microphone. Um, I actually am running a Cintiq at the same time, which also has USB inputs. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's all right. We're going to get there. All right, let me see if I can get in some details on the old Space Frog's eye here. So we got to add a little eye dot there. And, oh, what the heck is going on here? What the heck? Nothing. I know, I'm putting my head right in front. There we go. But yeah, it's really just, chewing gum and band-aids is holding this entire studio together, just a FYI. But and I do think that it is a continuing issue, of course, right? Hey, you just keep counting to 4 there, Rel Duke. You'll be fine. There we go. I'm gonna give him a little bit there. I'm kind of trying to draw in the details, but oh, the brush is so big. It's so big. My brush is so big. How big is it? It's so big. Never mind. That's a bad joke. Okay. And then his feet's. I'm gonna do a little foot there. I'm gonna put indication of toes. There we go. A little bit of this. Give him a little zonk at the belt there. All righty. Yeah, chewing gum and band-aids. I tell ya, it's crazy. Which is also why I'm taking a lot of time this year just working in the studio. I need more paintings. I'm running out of paintings that I can actually sell, which is kind of both a good thing and a bad thing, right? So yeah, there we are. Most guys like having a big brush. Yes, a gigantic tip doesn't do any good. Yep. There we go. Just the tip. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna stop this line of joking right now because I will get into trouble. By all means, there will be nothing but trouble for me. Yes, sirree. All right. Yes, sirree, Bob. Bum ba dum bum bum. There we are. Oh, too much water. Yep, I put a dot on there, and he just sort of this paint gets a little wet. I get a little aggressive with washing out my brush, and I forget to dry it. There we go. But yeah, there we go. Is that like big feet? Yeah, it's like big feet. Yeah, because he's got like flipper feet, right? Tree frog. He's kind of designed after a tree frog. He, she, it. kind of designed after a tree frog. And tree frogs have these crazy long feet, like flipper style feet, right? Trying to get this out of there. I'd get some of this paint out of here that I did not need. Yeah, I screwed it up. I screwed him up. There we go. Let me get that out of there. So yeah, so I like to do I like to like so like he's flopping along with his feet a little bit, right? And get some of the white out of there, white of the board. There we go. Yeah. Bum, 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 ba, dum, dum, dum. Trying to get the orange of his eyes. This is insane. You people, what are you doing to me? Yes. What are you making me do? This is all Stephanie's doing. It's all Stephanie's fault. No. Oh, we are having a good time. It's just, it's February. There we go. Give him a little bit there. Want some more of the black. I feel like if I get a dark section above his head, that'll help push his head out a little bit more. And I think I know that there's like moss and grass in this scene, but I think I'm gonna leave it without the moss and grass, mainly because it's a space frog painting. So the only thing that's green should be space frog, right? The only thing that should be actually green in here. And I've got some grayed out paint that I'm going to use here to sort of make this look more like a wall. I'm going to try to shove down the color saturation here a little bit, right? And just kind of throwing this on there. There we go. See, I look up and see the painting on my monitor here, and to me that's like a perfect way to kind of see how it's turning out. And oh Jesus, this is funny. This just cracks me up. Every week these things have surprised me. So yeah, there we go. Oh boy. Anyhow, okay. Bum 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 bum. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. I need to make this baseball bat really sing because it's a very important piece of the story there. There we go. And then here's a little shadow from behind his head, a little shadow from his hand there, a little shadow from his hand there. There we go. So you're working a little bit at a time, right? And it was pretty muddy at first, but now it's kind of showing up nicely, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. There we are. I'll give these guys a little form up here just to kind of make them look less like just blobs of dudes. There we go. I'm running out of my gray paint up here. There we go. What is in that tunnel? A dead Nazi? No, the dead Nazi, Wes, is actually outside the tunnel. There are several. The tunnel was just the batter's box, Wes. No, I am of the opinion that this is one of the more underrated movies of our time. That's because I'm a crazy person. I am absolutely a crazy person. Yes. Although I will be the first to admit that when I saw this movie, I was like, wow. When I first saw it, I was like, whoa, man. Hello. It reminds me of like, well, I mentioned Heavy Metal magazine, right? There used to be like these, they would just do these crazy comics, right? And they would have different stories in them. Some of them are fantasy, science fiction. Some were like war comics, right? War and crime. That was a big thing. And that's kind of what this movie reminds me of. It's sort of a alternate reality take on World War II. That's a standard reaction to most Tarantino movies. I know. I my dad absolutely does not like Tarantino at all, and I feel bummed because I'm like, really, not even Pulp Fiction, because I really like Pulp Fiction. I like some of Tarantino's movies. I really think I think the movies actually are better than they should be. I love Pulp Fiction. I love this movie. I'll be the first to admit it. I think this movie was genius and weird and wonderful. But yeah, we're gonna do a little dot there. Yep, little dot there. There we go. I'm using kind of straight light to maybe call out some shapes here, like the bat. There we go. Oh, that's crazy. This is nuts. This one isn't working as well, so I'm going to try to just get him in there. There we go. There we are. Boop. There we go. Boom, ba, boom. Then the owner who kept saying cool beans. Wait, hold on. And it's somehow different. Sold the magazine. Oh, yeah. Sold the magazine, and it's somehow different. Yeah. It just happens to all of these. It really, everything good just gets, business and money ruin everything. I'm happy to be ruined by business and money. I don't get me wrong. I haven't been ruined by it yet, but there's still time. There's still time. I need this down here. A little darker there. A little darker there. The movie Heavy Metal was great to watch if you were a bit high. Oh yeah. I actually, the first time I saw the movie Heavy Metal, I probably told this story live before, but it was at a midnight movie in Lansing, Michigan. They used to do midnight movies. Remember Friday night? You would do, this theater had like 3 screens. So it would be like Rocky Horror Picture Show every week. Sometimes it would be like Pink Floyd The Wall. And then there was a third movie that was like Dawn of the Dead was on often. Harold and Maude. I saw Harold and Maude a couple of times in like that. And yeah, heavy metal was definitely one. That's how I saw it. So I was thrilled because we went and saw it. And this is a time when VHS and videotapes were a big thing, right? But heavy metal had licensing issues because it had so much rock and roll music that they were unable to make a quick and easy what do you call it? They were unable to make a quick and easy VHS release of it because the licensing rights were like wrapped up in about 5 different companies. So it wasn't even on video for years, and as such, the first time I saw it was a midnight movie. And we weren't entirely on the drugs, on the weed, but my friend Mark Woods absolutely did bring some weed, and we enjoyed it in the parking lot. And there we go. And it was a funny movie. I love that movie. In fact, I have the Blu-ray sitting out upstairs. I'm just sort of waiting for a good night to watch it. You've never seen Heavy Metal. Should I get high and watch it? Yes, Raoul Duke. Absolutely. You should absolutely. Not necessarily in that order. You can get high while watching it too. There's actually, I mentioned me animating Space Frog. There are a couple of bits from the Heavy Metal movie that I would love to emulate with Space Frog. Oh yeah, Because Heavy Metal, a movie, it was made by, there's like different production teams involved with it. So each sequence, it's a bunch of short sequences. Um, and my favorite part is that most of the people that animated Heavy Metal, and it's all hand drawn, right? This is like classic. Most of them worked at like Filmation, Hanna-Barbera. They were doing Saturday morning cartoon animation, and to them, it was hilarious that they could get away from that off season and work on Heavy Metal, where they were drawing boobs and rocket ships and just whatever else, and violence and machine guns, aliens. Yeah, a group of us from base went downtown to watch it. Ah, yes, yes. Can't get high anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me, Wes. That's a good point. Yeah, if you cannot, it is not a requirement. So do not consider it an absolute requirement. I guess you're the only one that didn't like the movie, especially the music. What? How do you? You are not the only one that didn't like it. I have a friend of mine named Scott who also didn't like it, but he's a Scott. Which, by the way, Scott, if you are watching tonight, I remembered that you didn't like Heavy Metal, but I got nothing for you. It's a great movie. What are you talking about? The greatness of it is that it's terrible. No, it's not terrible. It's just it's rough, right? I mean, there's nothing about there's you can't watch Heavy Metal and think, oh yeah, that was perfectly delivered, technically 100%. Oh, even the people working on it would be like, no, we rushed the shit out of that movie because we were under budget and raced for time. Yeah. As an animator, I love it. Me too. Absolutely. Me too. Um, and it's insane. It's just an insane movie. Eh. I am drawn to the insane and the weird, and if it has spaceships in it, that's really cool. And for me, I couldn't care less that there was nudity in Heavy Metal. That's kind of a thing for the movie, especially in the '80s. But I laugh at the funny aliens. That is my thing. I am a I do think my God, what is my favorite Heavy Metal bit? I don't know, Harry Canyon. Because it's so Fifth Element, right? Like basically all of the city scenes of Fifth Element, Harry Canyon, both the movie and the comics. That's totally Fifth. Yeah. There we go. Fifth Element, right? There we go. So very much so. So there's a history to it. I can't either these days. What? Oh, you have too much going on upstairs. Yeah. Yeah. It's being older. It definitely takes some of the fun away. Being responsible and recognizing fine art for what it really is. No, yeah, but we are going through quite a lot of our Blu-ray collection. So yeah, weed gives you a migraine. Always has. Oh yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Oh yeah. Don't do it then. Um, 69 next week. Congratulations and happy birthday early. I know people where any amount of marijuana will, or whether it's edibles or smoking, will instantly make them nauseous without a doubt. Like they're hurling boots out of their mouth. There's nothing they can do about it, which is really annoying. But so yeah, I don't do it. I've actually known a couple of other people that got the migraine side effect from it too, which is, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it at all. Anyway, I keep the I keep the usage at a pretty low minimum. Why the hell did I move away from a state where it was legal to this backwoods place? I don't know. It's gonna be legal here pretty soon. Not that that matters. It'll probably be legal just about everywhere at some point. Yeah. Anyway, over here, I'm just gonna add a little, just add a little panache and flavor to the scene here. There we go. Weed is dangerously potent these days. Psychotic breaks, uncontrolled vomiting, schizophrenia. No thanks. Oh yeah. Bum ba dum bum. Come on, it's half the fun. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, it's everyone's got their jam, right? Everyone's got their jam. Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. There we go. I'm actually pretty much digging this here. I think we've got our Space Frog Inglorious Bastards version. There we go. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I oh, just cracks me. Now, is the baseball bat reading everybody? Do you look at it and go, yeah, it's a frog carrying a baseball bat walking out of a culvert of some kind, right? Right? Is it working? This is a very oh, thank you, Houdini. I appreciate it. It used to be some dude growing a plant in his backyard. Now it's a PhD of botany and wow. Still nothing? Oh boy. Well, okay. I'm gonna do a thing. Let's see. We are there. I'm gonna I'm gonna close it off. I don't know what's going on, but thank you all for a fun week. I will go ahead and just catch y'all next time and see if I can continue to troubleshoot this. See what my setup it is. Yeah, thank you. Frustrating. Okay. I don't know what that is. That's so weird. But my laptop is absolutely burning up. So I'm gonna shut it down. Low volume. Oh no. Okay. Don't leave us. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go, and I will catch you all next week. Thank you again. I will be posting this on the Discord. Here is our our dude. There we go. So sorry for the technical things, everybody. I got to figure it out. Oh my God, this laptop is on fire. All right. We will catch you all later. Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry about the sound. Catch you on Discord. We'll see you all next week. Stay safe, everyone. There we go. Outro. Ba-ba-da.
All right, so I've taken my white paint with my little fan brush here, and let's just see how crazy this goes. This is where I throw paint everywhere. That just kind of gives it an air of legitimacy that it doesn't deserve. You know?
I have Bob Ross the shit out of this painting.